Welcome back to the Red Booth Show. We have the Dafneys. They just played live for us. It was so amazing.
That was loud.
That was very loud and awesome. And man, I feel like we just need to have like a huge crowd of people to enjoy that.
We're not used to it, so it's totally fine. we're used to.
You need to get used to it.
Crickets in the background, kind of just going off.
I don't believe you. This can't be true. So your manager's gonna have to book you on a big tour. So what can we do about this?
I can sell Girl Scout cookies.
Seriously, I'm so excited about your new music, and I think you guys are amazing, and I'm sure that you're going to get featured in local K-Rocks only. Check it out, Cat Corbett, and play some more of the big venues here in Los Angeles. What are some of the places you'd like to play, like maybe the Troubadour, or? We
got to hit that whole row. We got to get the Roxy, the Viper Room, all those.
Cool.
Those cool clubs.
I've actually had one of the guys that does, rock nights at the Viper Room on the show here, so I'm happy to send him your stuff. And, there's a lot of big, really cool venues in LA, as you know, and once those radio stations start picking it up, then, anyways, you guys are going to be amazing. You're going to be so, so huge. I just know it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to have, artists that are up and coming and need a platform and need to be like exposed to everybody, because it's really hard to break through that and get, you have the record labels that they have their certain few bands and they just get like a lot of airplay, which is cool. It's awesome for them, but it's just such a small percentage of the people that are out there, that are playing.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's cool, like, when people like you give people like us that opportunity, because there's not a lot of it.
Thank you. I'm happy to be able to help, and my show isn't even like super huge, but it does reach all over the country, and I'm really excited to be able to do that. And all they have to do is just look you guys up online. Yeah. Well, I also a lot of times ask my bands that have been on the show what advice they have for other people, like to get into playing music. What's worked for you. If there's someone that wants to become a musician, what would you say to them?
Try to make a music scene. Don't try to be a big band. Because if you have other bands that support you too, you guys can build up a sound together and have a local movement going on, rather than one band bringing the same friends to the same show and, I don't like them because, I'm with you guys. You have to have a scene to make a big, music movement,
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. That sounds like... that's what you're kind of doing with that other band you mentioned. What was it called? Orange?
Oh, Agent Orange.
Agent Orange.
Yeah.
So you sort of, you know them now.
Yeah.
But down in Orange County, were there other bands you were playing with a lot?
Yeah. Like, we played with this band called The Cuff a lot.
The Cuff a lot, yeah.
There's certain bands that we played a lot of shows with.
We've grown up with them, and, it helps when you have bands supporting you. It really does.
Yeah, because now there's a thing about trying to get audience members to come to your show, right? And this can be a big problem. I mean, I don't know how it is for you, but like people have to sell a certain amount of tickets, or like how does that work?
Well, the issue is that when it's pay to play venues, people come thinking I'm going to be the biggest band. It's about us. Anyone they bring is only for them. So they'll leave after they play and stuff like that. So you can't, if you're so focused on you can't expect your band to get big without having other bands supporting you too, because we all talk, hey, can you play at this venue with me? You help each other get exposure for sure.
Yeah, so then you can like sort of invite your audience members to come and join together and see the other bands too and stay.
Friends bring friends, and
it's more fun too when you're playing shows with your friends. Like, you like have like your friend come up and jam for the last song, or it makes it more spontaneous and like a hangout than like
totally
trying to take yourself too
instead
seriously.
Of like rivalry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. So when was the first time you played in front of a big crowd?
Not that long ago. We started off when we were really young, playing like farmers markets and like OC Fair, just stuff like that.
How old were you when you did that?
I was like 12, so
I was like 8 or 7 or something. like that,
we were pretty young.
You guys are like prodigal genius musicians.
I don't. It wasn't that good.
We've been through a lot of. We've had backup singers before. We've had like multiple guitar players come with us and leave for different paths and stuff like that. Like we've had a lot of different phases of the band, and so I feel like we're finally kind of getting into ourselves now, like as far as what we want to play and where we're playing.
That's cool. So you're feeling like this is like where it's at. You're not.
This is the combination, yeah.
Interesting. Well, and it's all brothers as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you had other people that probably weren't your brothers, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine, unless you have a lot of brothers that,
Yeah, no,
Adopt.
yeah, you adopted some. So when you went and played like at 12 years old in front of all these people, were you nervous?
yeah, for sure. Like, but it wasn't all those people necessarily. Like the OC Fair, I remember.
OC Fair.
That was like, I thought that was the biggest thing ever. Like
Well,
when
I-
you're 12 and there's like, there's a good crowd and no one's necessarily like
They're just eating their
your
weird
background
deep-fried
music.
food.
They're just like kind of standing there eating and like
Like,
staring
yeah,
at you.
Their
Yeah.
deep fried glazed donut hamburger, and there's like, you're kind of watching you. I thought it was cool. I had a drum riser, which is like a little stage for the drum set. So I was like, we're big now. I can play on top of something.
That's awesome. Well, it's so cool. You've had so much experience already. I mean, you're kind of ahead of other bands because of that, since you started doing it so young together as well as a band. You must that must be why you have really good timing. Like how bands have to be able to play together really well live. You've had a lot of practice.
Definitely. One thing we notice is that when we bring somebody else to play with us, the three of us will kind of be in sync, and the other person will be left behind, and we'll have to be like, oh, wait, we have to tell other people what's going on, because we just kind of give each other a look and we know what's going on. So there's kind of that family bond that happens naturally that other people have to cue in on, and it takes them longer.
That makes total sense. Because, I mean, you've grown up together, so
Exactly.
even if it's not something you might have even said to each other, like you could just be like,
Oh,
whatever that face you
Totally,
made.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
It's always like
Yeah.
we'll jam with somebody and like jam off the top of your head. We're all following each other and we give each other looks and we're like kind of doing this, and the person who's jamming with is like, what are we doing? What's going on? And we kind of like know what to do. We'll give each other nods or like little looks, and that means this or that, and it's
That's so
totally
cool.
And then
unfair
Chris-
to whoever jams
And they're
with
like,
us.
what are you guys doing?
Exactly, yeah.
No. Well, I'm so happy I got to have you on the show, and I just know you guys are going to be so huge. Everybody, check them out. Go buy their album, Face Paint, and
Please.
everything else that's coming out. And thanks again for being here.
Thanks
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
For having us.
Super fun.
Cool. Thank you so much for watching the Dafneys on the Red Booth Show. You can always catch us on Saturday nights on U2 America all over the US. And if you want to come back and check out our channel on YouTube and get the latest interviews, you can just subscribe below.